Logan Paul has officially been sued for his NFT project CryptoZoo, which is far cry from where we were a month ago when Logan was on the attack, claiming he would sue CopyZilla for defamation after he exposed the entire CryptoZoo saga.
I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it. We're gonna handle this ourselves while we continue to build CryptoZoo, and I'll see you in court.
Now, this entire class action lawsuit was started by a fellow YouTuber named AttorneyTom on behalf of those who lost money investing in this NFT. If we take a closer look at the filing, we can see it was filed in the Western District of Texas on behalf of Don Holland. It's important to note that this is a class action lawsuit, so while the plaintiff is listed as Don Holland, others who lost money in the project can join in and potentially get their money back as well. The defendants listed in the case are CryptoZoo Inc., Logan Paul, Daniel Strobel, Jeffrey Levin, Eddie Ibanez, Crypto King, and Ben Roth. Now, Don Holland, the plaintiff, we later learn is a police officer located in Texas who invested in CryptoZoo. The filing states plaintiff began investing in cryptocurrency in 2016. In 2021, plaintiff was told by his son about a new NFT project with Logan Paul. CryptoZoo was promoted by Mr. Paul as a game that makes you money, with a massive team supporting it funded by like $1 million Mr. Paul claimed to have invested. In August of 2021, defendants released the Zoo tokens, CZ NFTs, and CryptoZoo's terms stating defendants will strive to do the best for the project and the community. Shortly thereafter, plaintiff invested an initial $1,000 to purchase Zoo tokens, which he used to purchase an CZ NFT. After the launch date came and went, the investment initially went down in price before going up and then back down, which is when a lot of the individuals began to fear the project due to the lack of positive developments. Like others, plaintiff thought there was a long-term merit in the project due to the false affirmations by the development team, including from Ben Roth. It was a steady drip of information on positive developments, which were untrue, that led him to believe the project was legitimate. Accordingly, plaintiff spent an additional approximately $2,000 after his initial investment for a total of $3,000. Once he saw Logan Paul announce another NFT project and started ignoring Zoo, he realized his money was most likely lost. CryptoZoo was never released as advertised, and the value of the Zoo token and CZ NFTs plummeted. From there, the lawsuit goes into more details as to what the class action is claiming as per the 8 counts of misconduct AttorneyTom case brings forth. Count 1 is fraud. Defendants failed to disclose that CryptoZoo was non-functional as promoted and that they would not be supporting the project, is one of the claims brought forth. Count 2 is express breach of contract. Defendants had a duty to provide a functional CryptoZoo product, especially if they were taking assets from plaintiff and other consumers in exchange for access to it. Instead, defendants pocketed plaintiffs' and other consumers' money and mostly forgot, according to the publicly available information, about the failed endeavor until receiving negative press attention. Count 3 is implied breach of contract. Count 4 is unjust enrichment. Count 5 is violation of Texas Deceptive Trade Practices law. Count 6 is negligence. Count 7 is fraudulent misrepresentation. And finally, Count 8 is conspiracy to commit fraud. Now, what's even more interesting is the lawsuit uses Logan Paul's apology video as evidence, claiming that this is an admittance of guilt. Obviously, Logan Paul doesn't say he scammed anyone in his apology, but it shows he acknowledges that the project did not go as planned and admits that those who invested feel let down and agreed to put millions of his own money into the project to help fix it.
I am personally committing 1,000 ETH to this, which is about $1.3 million right now for players who want to get out. And then step 3, obviously finish and deliver the game as outlined in the white paper by completing the egg bridge from ETH to BSC for base animals and base eggs, completing the marketplace, and obviously completing the releasing your animals into the wild to accrue your yield function. To say I am disappointed in how this was handled internally is an understatement. There's a full internal investigation going on along with an audit, and we are going to pursue full legal action for whomever needs to be held accountable. If any money is recovered in the process, it'll go right to the community. My sole obligation is to my supporters, and I know this video is long overdue. Here it is. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize for how this has unfolded thus far.
Now, at the time, this may have been seen as the right thing to do by Logan Paul and his team, but ultimately it's damning evidence the lawsuit can now use to try and prove Logan Paul is admitting to partial fault for this NFT project. This lawsuit could have been filed at any time, but the response by Logan Paul following the CopyZilla videos makes this case much more likely to have a favorable outcome for the plaintiffs. Logan Paul's best response from a legal aspect probably would have been to say nothing at all. Near the bottom of the lawsuit, we see that Attorney Tom and the class action do not give a definitive amount they are asking for, but are asking the courts to make that decision if they are to win the case. This is done so more people can join this class action, and as such the damages they would collectively be seeking would go up. I have to say that in many of these such cases, this can go on for years and years, and I have no doubt this case will probably do the same as well. Many times the people who lost money, if they win, might not actually get that much back, as attorney fees can end up eating most of the winnings from the case. However, it is important to note that Attorney Tom is asking for legal fees to be paid by the defendant as well. And if the judge agrees to that, then all the actual money from the settlement, if they win, would actually go to the defendants. Ultimately, it's good to see that some of these NFT scams that have been popping up like crazy over the past couple years are finally going to trial. I think that Logan Paul, one of the biggest names out there to promote a failed NFT project, getting sued, it will make future celebrities and social media influencers less likely to want to go down this path in the future, now that they know they can actually be consequences involved. Now, to end, I want to say that I want to know if you think this case will actually be successful or not, and in the pinned comments below is a poll where you can vote on if you think Logan or the class action team will end up winning the case. I look forward to seeing what the people actually think as to how this whole case will actually go down.